black girls trying to figure out why black men don't like black women, I think I got an answer for you.
I am so sorry, black man. Please forgive me. My father wasn't home. They took his ass to the chain gang. They would pick up black men and throw them in prison. We thought black men left. We were wrong. They got took. Been positioned as a criminal and as an animal, so I'm not even going to see you as a human being. I'm going to see you like they teach me to see you. From chain gangs to hip hop. You're always getting blamed for violence, but we never talk about the record labels. We never talk about distribution. We always talk about the artists. We always talk about the black men being violent.
You only are going to be loved if you're both vulnerable and intimate, because that's the way that someone has an opportunity to truly patch you up where you're broken.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My good name is Gracey D. I hope you guys are doing well. So on today's episode, we are diving into a heartfelt story that touches on unity, reflection, and strength. A black woman has come forward with a moving message of apology and honor towards black men, emphasizing the importance of moving together as a community. This message is more than just words. It's about healing, recognizing past struggles, and building a stronger future. Let's watch these videos together. I would love to know what your comments are on the comment section, or what your thoughts are on the comment section, and then we'll come back to it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So let's dive right ahead to the video.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry, black man. Please forgive me. I didn't know, I didn't know. I didn't realize how trapped you've been. I didn't realize how you've been targeted and hunted, set up, lied on. I didn't know. And I want you to know that I apologize. I privileged my pain over yours. I did that. And there's no real excuse, but there is an explanation. Okay? As a black woman in North America, because that's where I live, I've been taught how to relate to you through white supremacy. And I never gave you the benefit of the doubt. I just took the images, the stuff that I heard my mama say, when wounded women were talking about you, and then I had bad experiences with black men. I painted you all the same way that the cops paint you. And I'm wrong for that. Now, I am apologizing to you in two ways. One, as a black woman. Two, as a human being. Because what was taken from you was your humanity. Ever since slavery, ever since Nat Turner, ever since 1830, you have been criminalized. You have been positioned and targeted from kindergarten. By the time you're in the third grade, you're already set up to go to prison. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that they blocked you out of every type of trade so you couldn't make money for your family. I didn't know. I didn't know that the whole structure of what it means to be American is built upon your free labor for white structures, including the penal system. That you were designed to be the workforce for whiteness since you got here. And I didn't know that. And what's worse is I didn't look. I was so hurt by you that I justified my righteous indignation because I was hurt. And I didn't look why you would hurt me. It never crossed my mind that you were hurt too. I don't even know how come I've been positioned as a criminal and as an animal, so I'm not even going to see you as a human being. I'm going to see you like they teach me to see you. And I fell for it. And I didn't look it up. I didn't look for the research. I didn't care. I was like, yeah, yeah, uh-huh, yeah. I mean, and I'm guilty of that. I did that to you. I didn't ask why you hurt me. I just was hurt. And I didn't look. I didn't see how you've been cornered. Every every way. I mean, every way, every decade, from chain gangs to hip hop. You're always getting blamed for violence, but we never talk about the record labels. We never talk about distribution. We always talk about the artists. We always talk about the black men being violent. Well, you don't get to choose what gets on air. You don't get to choose what you get to sign. If you don't do it the way that they say to do it, then you don't eat. You can't. And we make it sound like it's a character flaw when it's a structural, systematic way of keeping you in bondage. And I'm sorry for that. Because if I say I love you, how come I didn't look? How come it didn't even dawn on me? I didn't even think that you could be hurt. I was so focused on my pain and all the ugly I had experienced at your hand that I didn't even think, well, hell, how did you get there? And I can say it now on the other side of healing. You see what I'm saying? I can say it now, but I couldn't say it when you needed it. When you needed me to believe you and not them. When you needed a safe space, just someone to hear you out. I didn't listen. So I wanted to punish you. I wanted you to feel how you made me feel. I wanted you to feel the level of hurt and resentment and helplessness, never understanding that is why you lashed out. Anything that's cornered will strike. Anything that's trapped will fight. It's just it's human nature. And I so related to you the way white people have taught me to relate to you. I didn't even look. I didn't ask. I just sided with them. And I turned you into the enemy. And I was wrong. I was wrong. And I apologize. Now, you don't have to accept my apology. Okay? You don't have to. It's not required. Okay? And in truth, shit, I'm not even certain you should, given the fact that it took me 400 years to look the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? But what I want you to know is this. As a black woman, as a human being, I know what it feels like to be betrayed, to be lied on, to be beat, to be assaulted. I know what it's like. I just never imagined it happening to you. In my mind, I never saw you as a person. I saw you as an idea. I saw you as a threat. I saw you as the pictures on television. I just saw you the way they taught me to see you. And it served me. It let you be the scapegoat for my failings. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not scapegoating on you anymore, black man. I'm not. And I know there are a lot of black women who are wounded. And there's a lot of us who have healed. So I'm on behalf of those of us who have healed, who are willing to be accountable for our power. I apologize. And I want you to know that I forgive you. You didn't ask for this. You don't have to deal with this. Okay? But I forgive you. And You would make it this far with no support, no help, no one on your side, no one in your corner, none of that. And you're still here, and you still love me. Never mind what you're dealing with, never mind what you're going through, never mind your trauma, never mind your pain. Oh, fuck that, that doesn't count for me. You see what I'm saying? The level at which I have disappeared your humanity, the level of benefit I've gotten because I'm a girl. They wouldn't, I could go to school, I could, they didn't put me in the prison pipeline. They put me in reading classes because I'm not a threat, because I'm not a dude. You see what I'm saying? But as a black woman, I got things that you could never get because I'm a girl. And yet, and still, I'm relating to you like the ground is even. It's even. It's never been fucking even. It's never been even. The fact that you are a man and you learn masculinity through white shit, through watching white motherfuckers do some bullshit, and that's how you learn masculinity. Your father wasn't home. They took his ass to the chain gang. They would pick up black men and throw them in prison. We thought black men left. We were wrong. They got took. But you wouldn't know that because it's not in the history books. You gotta find that. You gotta look for that. They don't talk about how black men are systematically put in prison to become firefighters for forest fires, but when they leave, they can't get that job. But you can die for the state. They don't talk about how welfare was built in the 70s so that black women could get money if you weren't in the household, to punish you for not being married to her as a moralistic argument. But we don't know that because that's not in the books. No one teaches us that. So what we listen to are the other hurt black women who talk about black men, and we listen to it like it's the truth, and then we see it on TV, and then we relate to you like it's who you are. And you become it because our power as black women manifests. We give life and we take it. We take it. The moment we take our love away, we hurt you to punish you for being as wounded as we are. I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry I didn't account for that you did everything you could do. I mean, you really did. You tried to stay in school, but because you're a black boy and you get active, they label you as disruptive. And then they put you the fuck out. But they keep the girls in and the white kids in because they're not a threat. So you get in the habit of getting put out of school. So of course you're going to take to the streets. You can't get a job. I mean, there's no job you can get that is worth more than pennies. So of course you're going to go illegal. What other option do you got? I mean, really? And the moment you get enough strikes against you, now you got a record. Now you got a felony. Now you can't get a mortgage. You can't get a fucking loan. You can't go to school. You can't do any of that. You can't. Because there's no structure set in place for you to be able to do that. Nothing is set up for you to win. Nothing. And because I'm a black woman, I get access by virtue of me being non-threatening. And you don't get that luxury. Because we don't relate to you as a human being. We relate to you as a threat. And because you haven't intended to, you have scars, you have wounds, you have traumas, you have hurts, you have bruises that you can't even say because as a man, you suffer in silence. And I've let you suffer in silence. I was so mad at you. I was so mad at you. I was so mad at you. From slavery to today. I've been mad. So I felt like you didn't take care of me, you didn't protect me, you didn't look out for me. Never dealing with the fact that you couldn't. They had a gun to your head, they had a whip in their hands, they had a chain on you too. I believe that as a man, you were supposed to. But as a human being, you weren't equipped to. How would you know what to do? How? Who? I marvel at my own ignorance. I'm like, Venus, where you been? And it's not, and the thing is, it's in books. If we look it up, we can find it. It ain't hard to find. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery, but it built into it a clause that says, unless you're imprisoned. So systematically, since 1685, They have been creating laws to enslave you, not because of a crime, but because they wanted to pimp your work ethic. They wanted to pimp your body to slave for them for pennies. And it's so written into law, it's so built into structures and systems, it's invisible to us as Black women. So we're saying, okay, try harder, be accountable, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. We sound like white extremists talking to you if we tell the truth about it. And sometimes we use the law against you. We call the police on you. We withhold your kids from you. We make it your fault that we call you all kinds of shit. Never mind the provocation. Never mind the fact that we provoked it. Never mind that our wounds triggered yours. But you become the bad guy and we're not accountable. I'm not okay with it. Not anymore. I'm not. So, I want you to know, Black man, that I love you. I love you as a brother. I love you as a father. I love you as an uncle. I'm sick of them saying about absentee fathers. It's not the truth. You just have to look it up. Black men are co-parenting children. Just because they have their mother's address does not mean that Black men are not being dads. It's not the truth. None of it's the truth. But you have to go look for it to see it, sis. If you don't look for it, you won't see it. I didn't see it. And I have 4 degrees. I have a PhD from Stanford. I have more education than most people will ever have in a lifetime. And it never dawned on me to go look. I didn't know. And I'm not saying that it's an excuse, it's an explanation. So please know that you weren't wrong. I'm wrong. Okay, I take full responsibility for our relationship. You didn't leave me. I left you. I left you to deal with this by yourself. And I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving you alone in this. I'm not doing it.
So many Black girls trying to figure out why Black men don't like Black women. I think I got an answer for you. I'm Ruquan, senior at Harvard, studying Black history, and I grew up around Black love, grew up in Washington, D.C., which is Chocolate City. So I felt and seen Black love at every level, in the hood, in the schools, in office, in the businesses, on the street, whatever it is. And I come to Harvard and I experience something really different, where there's this war between Black men and Black women that's like the Black women hate the Black men. The Black men, some of them stay away from the Black women to get a white girl or whatever. I realize what's happening is these two groups of people are not actually talking to each other. These two groups of people are listening to stories from their parents, and they're also experiencing things from each other, but they're not actually sitting down and having a conversation about their desires, about their fears. And since they're not doing that, it's going to be extremely difficult to arrive at a place where love can exist like this, because a part of love requires intimacy and vulnerability. Vulnerability is about taking off the clothes, being free, being open, letting it be known and letting it be shown, sharing how you truly feel. Intimacy is about both parties doing that and then coming close together. If there is no vulnerability and intimacy, it's difficult for love to be experienced. It's not just that Black women want a husband. It's not just that Black men want a wife. Black men want to be loved and Black women want to be loved, just like white women want to be loved and white men want to be loved. But here's the thing, you only are going to be loved if you're both vulnerable and intimate, because that's the way that someone has an opportunity to truly pat you up where you're broken, kiss you where you hurt, and things of that nature. So what I'm saying is, like, it's a lot of people asking, like, oh, who's gonna love me? Who's gonna love me? They don't love me, he don't love me, she don't love me. But that same person is typically not willing to go and say, hey, I want to be loved. Here's where I'm broken. Here's where I hurt. Here's what I'm afraid of. Can you help me? And I think if that happens, then the outcomes will be better for both Black men and Black women.
Yeah, guys, so I just saw these videos as I was researching, because I was having a live stream the other day with Black Americans, and there's always this complaint of Black men complaining about Black women and Black women complaining about Black men. And I came across this video as I was still researching, and I was like, why not share this video? Because I would love to know what you people think about this. So I got a few points that I love to point out as this woman was saying, and I was like, let me check this out. And each and everything that she said, it's actually true. Because you look at the history context of all that she said and legacy of slavery, where systematic division and the legacy of slavery and systematic racism disrupted family structures and created division between Black men and Black women. That's why in most cases it is like it is as she was saying. So most of these policies, the division was reinforced through policies and practices that pitted them against each other for limited resources. Number two, stereotypes and media portray how people talk of Black men, some of the stereotypes that we get to hear here, and also how media portrays a Black man in the family. So just the other day, I actually saw this advert from Haynes Company, and it's funny that they had two families whereby the white family was a complete family, but the Black family, the father was not there. And on their photo, this was to show that the Black dad is never present, and which they were called out and came out and apologized. So this is also one of the way that mainstream media often portrays Black relationship in negative light, focusing on conflict, dysfunctional, and violence, because that's what they all can do better when it comes to Black community. Socio-economic pressures like finances, when it comes to a relationship, finance like money is very important. So you find most people, when they're struggling with this, you find like in most cases I've interacted with a Black man who actually saying the reason as to why they were not even married at the age that they were supposed to be married or having a family is because they felt they were not in a better position to take care of the family, and instead of that they chose just not to get married or involve themselves in marriage, because the high rates of unemployment and underemployment about Black men, it's quite high in America. And you find like the jobs that you can do when you've not been able to finish your school, you're not being able to study that well, you can do things like DoorDash, you can work in catering and other jobs like the ones that one of the political leaders said that illegal immigrants will come in and take over the Black people's jobs. Those are the kind of jobs that the system have put there for Black people, because they believe that they do not deserve to work in white-collar jobs. And I don't even know why they are white-collar jobs. It's quite sad. Number four, trauma and mental health. Growing up with trauma, I know that we've grown with as most women. So with whatever you have or whatever you've heard about Black men, and so you find that this trauma, it's hard for people to get to come to an understanding, because the man has their own trauma and the woman has their own trauma. But we've also been made to believe that men should not be hurt, men should not be emotional, they should not have emotion or something of the sort. So you find most men choose even to walk away from their marriages because it's not easy for them to handle with the trauma that they have, and come handle also your trauma altogether, because the generational trauma from systematic oppression, poverty and violence has a lasting effect on emotional well-being, which often leads to friction in relationship. That's why you find most people end up breaking and leaving each other. So community and pressure expectations, you find in most cases from older generation, cultural expectations and community norms can cause tension between Black men and women who may have differing views on what a healthy partnership should look like. So yeah, you find you have high expectation, maybe for example for your man, of in times you're expecting your man to be like this, or because the society has made you to believe that this is how a man should be like, but you don't get to try to understand why they're not as you expect, because most of the times that we come or get into relationships with expectations, sometimes not even getting to understand the other partner, which is quite sad. Lack of communication and understanding is another thing. As the Black man, the last man was saying on this video, is that most of the times that the Black man and women are not don't communicate, and this has been going on for ages, because what you know or believe about each other is what you heard your aunties, your fathers, your mothers talk about each other, and that you've grown with that and believing in that, to a point you've gotten, and you've grown to an age, you've gotten to be someone who can actually get to find out for yourself, but you don't want to put that burden on you. So yeah, also communication and understanding is really needed. And social media and digital culture. So social media platforms often amplify conflicts or disagreements within the community, making it easier for disputes to become public and polarizing. The calculated life seen on social media can lead to unrealistic expectations, resentment, and competition, which is what we've seen happening. Like now, look in cases where there was the passport pro movement, and this thing was actually big on social media, like it was blowing on social media. And this is actually where in most cases we got to learn the fight that most of us who are not in America, the fight that has been going on between the Black American men and the Black American women. So that is also something else that needs to be checked. Solutions for unity. There needs to be unity in the Black community between the Black man and the Black woman. That would really help a lot. And nothing can make me, like, I don't even know the date. Like, I'll be so happy when I'll be seeing the Black men coming online and talking all the good things about Black women, when the Black women will come online and talk all the good things about the Black men. Like, this is what the system is trying, because they don't want that. You're the only guys that can find this unity. You're the only guys that can fight for this unity, and with that, believe you me, it's gonna be a great community. Guys, I saw that video and I was like, I want to share this with you, because I was researching, and I've also still been researching on, the Black man and Black woman relationship, like how it is, how is it always they're talking ill of each other when it comes on social media. And actually, it's sad. It's such a sad topic to discuss on, the hate and the misunderstanding between the Black man and the Black woman. But also, I mean, the uncomfortable topics are the ones that takes us to the next level of getting to understand each other, getting to bring unity. Let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and until the next episode, bye.